vowed to punish the Ogun State Governor, Ibikunle Amosun.
You're welcome. It is the news desk on Celebration TV, and I am Sherrie QUEENSLEY BRAIMAH, and here are the news making the headlines. You can't succeed above your educational qualifications, says Buhari. ERITREANS refugees demand protection amid Tigray war. British military chiefs criticize China and Russia for reckless behavior in space. Federal government reduces price of gas for power to 2.18 per dollar. Blessing Okagbare and Wonkocha qualify for the 100-meter semi-finals. Do stay with us after this very short break. I'll bring you the news in full. Do not go nowhere. I'll be right back. You're welcome back. Now the news in full. You can't succeed above your educational qualification, Buhari has said. President Muhammadu Buhari says a person can't succeed outside his personal educational qualification, adding that anybody who misses education has missed everything. Buhari also stated that Nigerian parents are making sacrifices to ensure that their children get educated. The president said this during a panel discussion at the Global Education Summit in London. Buhari said the size of population of Nigeria are challenges for any administration, but despite this, the government and the people that education is the starting point for success, and they have realized this. He added that no Nigerian parent jokes with education, as they know that if their children or wards missed the opportunity of being educated, they have missed a lot. Also on the panel were President Nana Akufo-Addo of Ghana, Faure of Togo, Uhuru Kenyatta of Kenya, and Lazarus Chakwera of Malawi. Each president spoke on the peculiarities of the educational sector of his country and how budgetary allocations would be increased to ameliorate the situation. And I'm moving forward from that news story. Ex-DIG authors tell federal government to clean up human rights records. Security experts, including a retired Deputy Inspector General of Police, Adebayo Adeoye, have admonished the federal government to clean up its sordid human rights record if it is interested in consummating the $875 million defense equipment deal with the United States. The experts, including the former Assistant Inspector General of Police, Austin Iwa, and retired Assistant Director, Department of State Services, Dennis Amakri, admonished the federal government to address concerns of the United States. The United States lawmakers stopped the processed sale of attack helicopters to Nigeria amid mounting concerns about President Muhammadu Buhari's human rights record as the regime grappled with multiple security crises. Top Democrats and Republicans on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee reportedly delayed clearing a proposed sale of 12 AH-1 Copper attack helicopters and accompanying defense system to the Nigerian military over the federal government's poor human rights record. While noting that the government could approach other countries for military hardware if the United States refused to conclude the deal, the retired AIG observed that the United States, as an influential nation, as it were, could prevail on other countries not to sell the equipment to Nigeria. In another development, federal government frustrating UK's government effort on Kanu's trial, his lawyer has said. Aloy Ejimakor, the special counsel for the embattled leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has said the Department of State Services refused to allow him see his client. Ejimakor says his team was frustrated by the DSS and sent out of the premises. He said the British Council was also going through the same treatment. adding that the foreign official had been calling him for updates on Kanu's well-being. Narrating his experience at the DSS office, the lawyer said after the agency failed to produce Kanu in court for trial on Monday, the judge ordered that his lawyers should be allowed to see him on Thursday. The lawyer also said the British High Commission had been calling him for updates on the condition of the IPOB leader, adding that the officials were also facing frustration from the DSS. Ejimakor promised to visit the courts today to inform the vacation judge of the challenges in seeing Kanu and seek an extraordinary order against the DSS. And now news coming from around Africa. Eritreans refugees demand protection amid Tigray war. Eritrean refugees have organized a protest in front of the UN Refugee Agency office in the capital, Addis Ababa, demanding that relocation of thousands of refugees from camps in the war-torn Tigray region. About 300 protesters blocked a road that led to the UNHCR office, holding signs that said, "Stop abuse of Eritrean refugees and protect the rights of refugees." They also demanded basic humanitarian assistance from the United Nations Agency and also its Ethiopian counterpart Agency for Refugees and Returnees Affairs for thousands of refugees who have escaped the war zone to Ethiopia. Many of the protesters were from the refugee camps of Hitstats and Shimbela, which housed more than 30,000 refugees, but were shot down in February after being attacked in the wake of armed rebellion in Ethiopia's Tigray region. Thousands of Eritrean refugees have been displaced due to the rebellion since January, with many moving to surviving camps in Tigray, Mayani, and Adi Harush, while others opted to return to their home country, Eritrea. The protesters at the rally, Al Jazeera spoke to said mass atrocities of looting, killing, and sexual assaults have been committed against refugees in camps of Hitstats and Shimbela under the control of the rebel Tigrayan Defense Force. And in total, more than 1 million people have been displaced in Tigray since November 2020, when the government of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed displayed federal forces to the region after accusing the Tigrayan leaders of attacking an army base. And now it's time for some gospeltainment news. Talented vocalist and gospel diva OLUFUNMIKE releases debut music video titled "My You." Talented vocalist and gospel diva OLUFUNMIKE officially releases her debut music video for her single titled "My You." It is a powerful praise song by OLUFUNMIKE spiced with inspiring words capable of bringing down the presence of God. Previously speaking on her single when it was early released in 2019, she said it is a song from her heart that typifies the reverence for God. "My You" was also written by OLUFUNMIKE. Additional lyrics and production was perfected by prolific music producer KEENSLEY. The video was shot in the city of Lagos, Nigeria by award-winning music video director Lex Ten. Right now, it's time to take a break. When we get back from that break, it'll be updates coming from Britain. Do stay with us.
Hello, have you been searching for an appropriate platform to advertise and promote your product and services? Are you a minister of the gospel and you want your message to spread across the globe? Stop this search. We've got the coverage to give your voice and ministry the amplification you require. To get a rewarding and cost-effective solution to that business idea of yours, Celebration TV is here to take your dream to the climax. We provide the following services: voiceover production, documentary packages, video production of your event, video editing, script writing, affordable live broadcast of your events, and more. For more information, please contact us on +234 703 341 3637 or +234 816 234 8181. You can also reach us via our social media platform: Facebook Celebration TV, My Celebration TV, Twitter us at My Celebration TV, YouTube Celebration TV. And you can send us a mail on celebrationtelevision@gmail.com.
Welcome back. Now it's news update coming from Britain. British military chiefs criticize China and Russia for reckless behavior in space. Two military chiefs have criticized China and Russia for the reckless behavior in space, such as using weapons to destroy satellites, leaving a trail of dangerous debris orbiting Earth. Air Chief Marshal Sir Mike Winston, the head of the Royal Air Force, and General Sir Patrick Sanders, commander of Strategic Command, also for the first time left open the possibility that the UK could develop its own weapons to defend assets in space. The two commanders were speaking at the official opening of the UK Space Command, which will take charge of all military work involving space, now considered a domain of operations alongside land, sea, air, and cyberspace. The new organization headquarters at RAF High will bolster the UK's ability to track threats in space, from space junk to deliberate attacks, in coordination with key allies such as the United States, Australia, and France. Rather than launch space weapons back in their direction, the main strategy the UK is pursuing is to deter this kind of activity, is also to develop a new set of international rules to govern behavior in space. The UK will also use its radars and satellites, which will fall under the control of Space Command, to improve visibility of what threats are out there. And now more updates coming from the United States. President Biden urges states to offer cash for vaccinations. President Joe Biden has called on states and local authorities in the U.S. to offer residents $100 to get vaccinated against COVID-19. State and local governments will be able to access a $350 billion coronavirus aid fund to pay for incentives. The U.S. Treasury has promised this. Federal workers and on-site contractors will also have to prove they are vaccinated, or else wear face masks, be socially distanced, and do regular testing. Military personnel will have the COVID-19 vaccination added to the jabs they are already required to have. Mr. Biden said he wanted America's 4 million federal employees to set an example to private employers and other citizens. Advertisements: COVID-19 cases are rising rapidly in the United States, followed by the highly transmissible Delta variant, which is particularly dangerous for those who have not been vaccinated. Mr. Biden aimed to have 70% of adults at least partially vaccinated by the 4th of July. but the latest figure shows 69.3% are partially vaccinated and about 60% are fully vaccinated. And now on business news, federal government reduces price of gas for power to $2.18. The federal government says that it had agreed to reduce the price of industry power gas from $2.50 to $2.18 following extensive negotiation between the government and organized labor. The State Minister of Petroleum, Mr. Temipre Silva, who spoke during the 2021 gas sector stakeholders forum, said government has already agreed to sell industry power gas at the approved price of $2.18 instead of $2.50. He said the change in price was with immediate effect to allow quick industrial desired revolution. This was embarked upon by the government of President Muhammadu Buhari. The minister assured that the Ajaokuta-Kaduna-Kano gas pipeline project would be completed before the end of 2023. And still on business news, BDCs say they'll source for Forex independently. The Association of Bureau de Change Operators in Nigeria has assured members of the public that Bureau de Change Operators are still providing foreign exchange services. The APCON said while the dollar sale from the Central Bank of Nigeria has helped in enhancing the supply, the fact remained that the BDCs were empowered to source Forex from other sources and also to provide various services to members of the public. The president of the APCON, Aminu Gwabade, said this in a statement on Thursday, adding that the recent pronouncement of the CBN did not stop the BDCs from providing Forex services as allowed by their operating licenses. He said the association would engage with the CBN to address and resolve all the issues that led to the stoppage of foreign exchange sales to BDC operators. The APCON president said while the CBN has stopped dollar sale to BDCs, it has not cancelled their operating licenses or banning them from providing Forex services to members of the public. He said APCON had called for zonal nationwide meeting of members to discuss the action of the CBN and to obtain contribution for the national BDC policy. Right now, we'll take a short break. When we get back, I'll bring you news from the world of sports. Do stay with us. I'll be right back.
Dr. Lizzie Johnson Suleiman. Miracles are what you cannot do, I cannot do, but God can do.
Mommy, she said she takes different drugs in a day and also she takes traditional drugs. During the ministration, that the pains that she used to feel all over her body, that right now there is no pain.
Thank God you are here. And what God did before, He can do again. It doesn't matter what you're going through. God is able to turn that challenge around for your good and give you a testimony.
Power! Power! Holy Ghost! Holy Ghost! Power!
I came 2017 women conference. Papa was very specific that those believing God for the fruit of the womb that they should come out. Actually, then I was still breastfeeding my first child. I came out on behalf of my sisters. But when I left, I discovered my body system changed. Last year, exactly 9 months, that was in the month of May, I had this child here.
Join me for the International Women Conference. Our International Women Conference 2021. The date is 11th through 13th of August. And the theme of this meeting is God of Miracles.
I hear the Holy Ghost saying to me, that delay is over. That delay is over.
My husband, the Restoration Apostle Johnson Suleiman, will be ministering.
The best gift a mother can get is the spirit of discernment. Your EDD is between 25 and 26. What did doctor tell you? Whatever they are using did not pick the date of your pregnancy. Your pregnancy is 1 year. Your doctor is saying 9 months. I'm saying 1 year. It will be exactly 1 year in 4 days. In the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, deliver.
The date is the 11th through 13th of August.
The time, Wednesday 11th, 3 p.m. Thursday 12th, 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. and Friday 13th, 9 a.m. and 10 p.m. all night long. Happening at the International Worship Center, Omega Fire Ministries, Kilometer 132, Benin Okene Abuja Expressway, Auchi, Edo State, Nigeria. For inquiries, please call.
It promises to be an amazing time in God's presence. You don't want to miss this.
Welcome back, and now it is sports news time. Blessing Okagbari and Nwokocha qualified for 100 meter in the semi-finals. Top Nigerian athletes Blessing Okagbari and Grace Nwokocha have qualified for the semi-final of the women's 100 meter at the ongoing Tokyo Olympics. Okagbari finished top in heat and Hit 6 in a time of 11.05 seconds, while United Kingdom's Asha Phillips finished second in 11.31 seconds, and Bahamian athlete Tanya came third in 11.34 seconds. This is Okagbari's third consecutive Olympic semi-final and the fourth appearance in the Olympics. On her part, home-based athlete George Nwokocha finished third with a new personal best of 11.0 seconds to qualify for the semi-final. The world number one Shelly Ann won the heat with 10.84 seconds, with Switzerland's Aja placing second with 10.91 seconds. And now in another sports story. Juventus first team under quarantine after COVID-19 case. Juventus first team has been put in quarantine after Tunisian midfielder Hamza Rafai tested positive. The Turin club said in a statement on Thursday during health checks, it appeared that the player Hamza Rafai was positive for COVID-19. This procedure will allow for all individuals who test negative to perform regular training and game activities, but will not allow for contact with those outside the group. The 22-year-old Tunisian French midfielder, a former member of the youth team, was called up to the first team of Juventus last year. And right now, it is the end of the news on Celebration TV News Desk. In case you missed the top stories, here is a quick rundown of the headlines. You can't succeed above your educational qualification, Buhari has said. Eritreans refugees demand protection amid Tigray war. British military chiefs criticize China and Russia for reckless behavior in space. Federal government reduces price of gas for power to $2.18. Blessing Okagbari and Nwokocha qualify for 100 meters semi-finals. And now it's time for the photo of the day. That photo clearly says there is always a way to achieve what we want and get to where we want. There is always another way to get what you want. You can share your thoughts about that photo of the day via our social media platforms. On Facebook, we are Celebration TV. On Instagram, we are My Celebration TV. On Twitter, at My Celebration TV. On YouTube, Celebration TV. Always remember that your positive contribution to the wellness of the society you find yourself or the organization you work defines your leadership mind. As an individual who knows what to do and do so without expecting to be pushed, has backed his way to success. Be it known today that everything we do, think, feel and believe either has a positive or negative effect on humanity and our national well-being. Make sure to be a part of nation building today. Thank you for staying tuned. I am Sherrie QUEENSLEY BRAIMAH, and it's goodbye.
To 15.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2019.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing a gross offense. The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State Governor Ibikunle Amosun.